This is describing distributions. When describing distributions, there are three important things to remember: shape, center, and spread. First, we'll discuss the shape of the distribution. There are three ways you can describe a distribution. The first way to describe a distribution is normal. This is a symmetrical, bell-shaped curve that is seen on the left of the screen here. You can also describe a distribution as either skewed left or skewed right, both of which are examples shown here to the right of the screen. When describing a distribution, you should also mention whether outliers are present. These are unusually large or small values that fall outside the overall pattern of the data. Next, we will discuss the center of the distribution. One way to describe the center of the distribution is the median. The median is the midpoint of the list of the data. Half of the values are above the median and half the values are below the median. The median is known as the description of the center that is resistant to outliers, which are again values that are either extremely large or small that fall out of the overall pattern of the data. The second way to describe the center of the distribution is the mean. The mean is the sum of all of the values divided by the number of values. The equation to find the mean is found below. This can be shown by adding up all the data points that you have within your set of data and dividing by the number of data points overall. This can also be drawn as the sum of all x values divided by n. The next way to describe a distribution is the spread. The main way to describe the spread of the data is the range, which is the maximum value minus the minimum value. These can be found by taking the largest data point that you have and subtracting the smallest data point. The mean, the median, and the range are all examples of summary statistics. So when you are doing a problem and they ask you for summary statistics, you could mention the mean, the median, or the range. Now for an example problem. To the left of the screen is the set of data we will be using for this example problem. When entering this into a calculator and creating a graph, you could see that the data is skewed left, which means that when describing the shape of the data, you would say that the data is skewed left. Now for the center of the data. The median in this case is 42, meaning that 50% of the data values are below 42 and 50% of the data values are above 42. Next is the mean. The mean in this case is 39.52. This can be shown as an example such as adding the data points such as 27 plus 45 plus 41, so on and so forth, and then dividing that by the total number of data points in this set, which is 23. Now, to describe the spread of the distribution, it would be the range. In this case, the maximum value is 54, while the minimum value is 6. When you subtract 54 minus 6, you get 48. So when asked to describe the spread of the distribution, you would say the range is 48. Remember, when you are describing a distribution, to remember to mention the shape, the center, and the spread. In this case, that would be skewed left, the median would equal 42, the mean would equal 39.52, and the range would equal 48. Thank you for watching this video. Please look at the Ridley Math YouTube channel for any of your other math needs. Thank you for watching.